All right, another TikTok review time. I said I would do one a day, so I'm gonna do this one today. I haven't watched it, don't know what's about to come. Just know they're gonna be talking about dating. See if I can teach men anything, and if men can learn something from these, translate what they're saying in their public faces, then we'll make relationships with women better, and that'll be better for all of us. So I don't mean any hate on anybody. Just give my interpretations. That's all. Okay, let's go.
And wondering if your date is still going to come at 9 o'clock at night because it got delayed in a work meeting. We'll see.
What?
Yeah, waiting around for a date usually means punching above their weight. Also, a lot of beta males will do that to run out the clock. Got delayed. Why don't I just come over? But the fact that she's not flaking, when women do it at a 90% rate, and she's actually waiting for him to show up, usually that has Alpha Chad written all over it. Just watch what they do with the men they like, guys, and then be that guy. The women are great people, and we're not saying they're bad. Just watch how they operate, and operate so that they'll like you like that.
I've dated everyone in town. You have to understand that I've been divorced for 18 years and I've lived in my area for 25 years. And I have a very specific type of person that I date. And quite frankly, I find that person. Sometimes I have to expand my horizons and go to New York, to California. I'm willing to go global. I'll go international. I don't care.
Hot Alpha Chad getting that vajayjay wet. They love the vajayjay wet. They love what men can do for them, and that's what she likes. So good for her. Good for you.
For me, I'm incredibly intentional because I know exactly what I want. And it doesn't come around every day, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not looking for quantity, I'm looking for quality. And it's a very specific combination of traits that I want for my
Alpha Chad, tall, 6 foot, 6 inch, 10 inch, abs, rock hard, vajayjay wet. Those are your traits.
Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're talking about dating over 50, 60, even 70. And honestly, after going through so many of these stories, I don't think people really understand how different dating looks at this stage of life until you really sit down and listen to what people are actually experiencing.
As a woman over 50 who's single and kind of in the dating world, I'm always grateful when one of my beautiful friends exposes who a man actually is. So we were having this big St. Patrick's Day parade, and I met this guy who works for NATO, and he's from the UK, and we hit it off, and we struck up a conversation, and we were having a great time. And another friend of mine who's absolutely gorgeous, she started to give him a lot of attention and tell him he was a 10, and touching his arm, just giving them all the attention. And I'm not going to compete for somebody's attention, especially a man. And I'm not going to compete with one of my besties. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, absolutely, they will. Women compete all the time, and they compete by. There's a video by Chris Williamson, and it's female are ruthless in the competition, but they go by it covertly. They go by it indirectly, by spreading like this, passive aggressively, did you know, and spreading gossip. Gossip's a wonderful way to ruin women's reputations and not know where it came from, and you can do it and cloak it in being concerned. I'm so concerned that she's really been seeing a lot of guys and having sex with a lot of guys. I'm concerned that, there's going to be something wrong with her. She's going to catch an STD. I'm really concerned that you're cloaking it in concern, but yet also ruining her reputation. Women are masters at this. So yeah, she's bothered by this, absolutely.
Think he's a 10? I didn't. And you're that interested in him, and I...
No, she doesn't think he's a 10. She's just coming up over the top of you and dominating. They're competing.
Thank you. But I'm thankful because it was I don't want a man who is going to go wherever the attention.
Oh, well, why would he, he's going towards who's showing interest. And your friend came on strong. She's showing interest. She's showing, if you're just gonna, it's just like the guy in a bar that's sitting back with the beer on his chest and thinking that women are just gonna approach him. Well, the girl showing the attention and showing him that she allegedly has high desire. She was showing you that she's beating you. Oh yeah, this is women competing right here. This is intersexual competition, and she won, and you're mad. It has nothing to do with the man. He went with who paid him the most attention and who showed him the most interest. Yep.
Is being given out. I don't want a man who's that thirsty for attention. I want a man who's into me, and he can't.
He doesn't know he doesn't know that if you're not going to show him interest and your friend's showing him interest, then he's going to go where the interest is being shown. That has nothing to do with his character. You both had equal access, and she won, and you're mad.
Pulled away based on who's giving the most validation and attention. That to me is not attractive, and you're going to go from being a 10 in my eyes to like a 6. If you...
Well, he obviously was a 10, but now his behavior brought him to a 6 because he liked your friend. She was showing attention and flirting. She was doing what the man liked. She knew the game, You know the game. She beat you in this. Your bestie, basically screwed you over.
Attention and validation from other women. I want a man who's into me, just me, and they cannot be pulled away by someone else's attention. So I'm always super grateful for my friends who, show me.
You think your friend was showing you love? No, she was showing you who was better, and she beat you.
That side that I need to see to make me no longer be interested in that man.
I've been talking to one of my best friends who's a guy, and
Men and women aren't friends. If you're not her boyfriend, you are her girl. If you're not having sex with her, you are her girlfriend. Best friend who's a guy. Come on.
he's on dating. My views on dating completely different. His experience
Yeah,
is that
men and women see things differently. It's cool.
is happening is what I feel like most of the men that I go out with are either expecting or have already this preconceived notion that I'm going to be this certain way. It's just really odd anymore. I don't know if like my social skills have just fallen to the wayside after being married for so long, but I don't really feel that way. I mean, I get along really well. I'm the only woman in an apartment of 28 men that I work with, and we have a great relationship. We're an excellent team. So I don't understand why, I can have so many successful friendships with men, but for whatever reason, I cannot find that right dating relationship.
I have to tell you what I did today. Okay, so I was listening to this podcast, and there's a guy I've been following for a while.
There was just too much there. I can't even. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, lady.
Really smart, and he's a scientist. And anyway, I thought, he's cute. One morning when I was having my coffee, I decided to just do a little Googling. Maybe he's single. At first, I needed to find out two things. A, was he married? And B, how old was he? I did a lot of digging. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be to find someone's age and if they were dating someone. Anywho, I found him on Amazon. And he's married. And he has a dog. I don't know how old he is, but it was fun for a minute. I had that, a few minutes.
If you're hot enough, this is a public face. If you're hot enough and she likes you enough, she doesn't care if you're married. And look how much digging she did. When women like you, they'll chase you.
Maybe he could be the one. It wasn't meant to be, but it was. It was really fun to have that little moment of like, what if he was the one? Like, that would be freaking cool. I am a buyer.
Women love fantasies. That's why the Nigerian scammers work so well. They create fantasies in their heads. They love to live off of fantasy. That's why they love the romance novels.
And a girl. So to have like a biohacking kind of guy would be kind of sexy. Like two people who are really into health and wellness, biohacking their way to longevity, and in love.
Make a story up and she'll go with it. That's the women will, if you have like a certain, a profile on a dating app and you have certain pictures up, she'll already have a story made up about you, So, yeah. And if they like you and they think you're really hot, they'll make up a good story. If they don't like you, they'll make up a bad story.
Breathe. Back to the love drawing board. Back to the love drawing board. be remiss if I didn't put this little message out there. I know you're
Back to being aroused, drawing board.
for me. I know Love, Mr. Love out there, you know who you are. And I know who you are in my heart. So I'm ready.
Because I see myself repeating the same old pattern yet again. I was in a grocery store yesterday and I bumped into
Just happened to have this low cut boobs in my face, and these aren't accidents. I love the TikTok uniform.
seen me there before, and we had a little bit of chit chat. I went about my business, and then he came over and asked me for my phone number. So, you know me. Oops, I did it again. Older Brittany did it again, and gave him my phone number, and it was my actual phone number and not my Google Voice number. So then he proceeded to text me at 11:45 last night to say he hoped he wasn't texting too late, but that he had just got in. A little bit random, a little bit late. So yeah, what do I do next time when this happens?
Well, you'll do what you'll want to do. If they're hot enough, you'll give them your real phone number, I guess. That's why I hate the Google phone numbers that women gave out. See, if you take the Google phone number, that's disrespect. I always hated that. So yeah, what will you do? Depends how hot he is. Depends if he gets your JJ wet. You'll make that call. If you really like him, you really digging on him, you really have some urgency for him. 11:45, texting me late. You won't care, lady. You won't care. But you could, if you're not hot and she doesn't have much interest in you. 10:30 could be too late. 9:30 could. Oh, he texted me way late at 9:30. But if you're really hot, text 11:45. Oh no. It was before midnight. It was 11:45. It was early.
There will be next time, and
Women don't treat all men the same. Depends how hot you are. Depends how sexy you are to them.
cold, as you can see, for me to reject someone right to their face. It's just something that
Yeah, and that is important. Women won't reject you right to your face because it's dangerous. So I agree with her on this. Just like I always champion women, I respect them. If they give you their number and they don't answer the phone, that's because they didn't want to let you down in front of directly, because you could kick their butt, and there's some weirdos out there. So, yeah, they won't do that, and that's fine. That's good for them.
but
Welcome to another episode of The Conversation. I just saw a video of a black woman talking about dating in her 60s, but she can't find a man. She's been single for the last 15 years plus.
Oh, well, she's been single, but they like to make it sound like, they haven't had a man in 15 years. Oh, no, she's been out there. Yeah, she's been dating a lot of dudes in 15 years. But they'll say, I've been single for 15 years, like they haven't seen another man in 15 years. Come on.
In 15 years, every man that she went to bed with, not one of them wanted to make her his wife. What did go to show? What did that say about you? Think about that for a moment. There's a lot of y'all out here in your 60s, 50s, and 60s, and she just.
I don't care. I mean, she has every right to be out here, being single, and if that's the way she wants to roll, it's the way she wants to roll. She's happier that way, So I don't think we should get on them about this. I really don't. Nah, it's not fair. And we can't prove that she's been, now we know she's probably been sleeping with a lot of guys, but again, we don't know, so it doesn't really matter, I just don't think this is important. I think it's a waste of an argument.
Yeah, it's been so long that she don't want to get married. She don't gave up. Yeah, it's sad, but it's true. There's a lot of y'all that's in your 50s and 60s. It's over for you because you still haven't learned anything. You still ain't learned it. You still haven't learned anything. So let me get to it.
And I do have to say, I hate to do this, but there's a lot of men in their 50s and 60s that ain't learned anything. I'm trying to teach them, which I hope they learn. But there's a lot of us that haven't learned anything, So we can't just put this all on women. We can't.
I know. Living in another state, I told him where to put all this thing. Just put it out there. And for 2 years plus, he couldn't get a date. So he calls me back, Brian, I think I ain't gonna get no date. I said, did you tell the truth about you? Yeah. Don't worry about it. You'll get one. Somebody will see the whole picture. See, a lot of women, they see just part of the picture. Men's too, they see just part of the picture. They don't look at the whole picture. You know, we want some fine on our arm, somebody handsome, somebody that's in good health. You know, there's a lot of people in their 60s ain't in good health, in their 50s and 60s, okay? A lot of people don't want to turn back the clock and still think they're young and want to hit that street. A lot of people want to maybe go to a movie or want to go out to eat or go to church and that's it. They want to go back home. They like being at home 80% of the time. But it's a lot of people who in their 50s and 60s think they still got it going on and they want to get in that street. You know,
If a woman likes you enough, you don't have to worry about all this. If a woman likes you enough, she'll do whatever you want. She'll stay at home with you. She'll go out with you. I like to stay at home. I love being at home. You know, I pay a lot for my rent. I like staying at home. It's peace. And if a woman likes you, she digs on you, she'll stay at home with you. You know, if you have other stuff that, she loves and just digs on you and respects you, she'll stay at home with you. So you don't have to worry about all this stuff,
Yeah, that's what you want. But, if you done been in the street and done that, peace of mind is a wonderful thing to have, ladies and gentlemen. But my partner, on his platform, he listened to me. I said, tell him up front, what you looking for? You looking for a wife. But this is a stipulation. What you come into this marriage with is what you're going to leave with. You cannot get my house. You can't get in my retirement. I'm not paying no alimony.
You don't have to say any. Again, we say that men and women haven't learned anything. Just know what women like, know what women are attracted to, build on those things. Just like women need to know, right? Build on those things. If a woman is attracted to you and she, digs on you and she's sexually attracted to you, she has sexual urgency, and, you're a man of business, you're, that alpha bang, and you are assertive, you're, your identity, you're, you're a leader, you're one worthy of leading a woman, and she really digs on you, she's not going to want to know any of this anyway. Just go out and have fun, but again, it's almost like you don't know either.
And women have been turning them down. For over 2 years, they've been turning them down.
Yeah, because he's coming at him too strong, Just go out and have fun, And he needs to look inside himself and say, what do I need to correct, You can't put it on women. Men are not going to date women. You can't make men like obese women, okay? We can't make women like men who aren't doing things that are attractive to them. So he needs to look inside himself and figure out, what am I doing that's not attractive? It's not women's fault that they're not attracted to them. Women will chase guys they're attracted to. Champions don't complain. Figure out what that is. It doesn't sound like your friend has a good person to give him advice in you. I'm not trying to go hard on you, dude, but yeah.
Finally he calls, we talking. So what's up, man? I say, I know I said I won't get no bite. He said, but I've been dating a woman now for about 6 weeks right now. She get it. I said, what you mean? She told me right up front, I got mine, you got yours. Let's get married. You keep what you got, I keep what I got. Let's put it in black and white. A lot of y'all ain't willing to do that. Yep.
Women will do whatever they have to do when they're around a guy that they very much respect and they are very much attracted to and they very much feel high desire for. General burning desire. Women will do just about anything to make it work. If she finds you her hero, she finds you her champion, but you got to know what those things are. You got to know what what women are looking for, and there is a roadmap to that, but yeah, you don't have to do any of this. Sounds like some beta male stuff.
Put it in black and white. You want to come in and try to take what belongs to somebody. If they don't work 40, 50 years old, listen, when you don't get 40 or above, it's hard to climb back out of here talking about buying another house. And no. You done been through that. Get it in black and white. Tell her or him up front, you get zero if you get into this marriage. Zero, you get nothing.
You won't have to have that conversation if you're dating women that really dig on you. This is the type of person, will you submit, asking those questions. Women will submit to the men they want to submit to. I mean, this is a clear misunderstanding of who women are.
Let's see how many now. See, because that means they coming into a relationship, they gotta want you, they can't want nothing but you, because they know up front they can't get nothing. But a woman told me, and I like this about what she said. She said, you know why women try to get as much as they can? Today's women try to get as much as they can from you from the beginning, because they know that once you stick your hand in that fruit jar, you gone.
No. Because men have been told to lead with their money, be beta male providers. Men have learned that's an easier strategy than fixing themselves. Becoming an alpha bang, you gotta discover what is inside you that you need to change and why you're a beta male provider. Anybody can go out and get a job, make money, and give women things and give them gifts and promise them things. And when you're leading with money, when you're leading with status, they're gonna take your money and your status. You led with it. But when she's attracted to who you are, when she's attracted to the alpha bang, the genuine burning desire that she can only get from you, because you learned how to be that person. You discovered maybe some weaknesses you had that made you want to be a beta male provider. You discovered how to fix those things, because fixing yourself is the first thing you got to do. 33 Strategies of War, declare war on yourself, right? Find those holes. Why were you not succeeding in dating? What were you doing wrong? What things do you need to correct? What things do you need to work on? Those type things, right? But that's hard. Instead of just whining and complaining that women take from you, well, when you lead with money, they're going to take your money. And that's what we've been told to do. It's easy. 80% of men are beta males. Men have jobs. Men are hard workers. I love men, the tribe men, hanging out as friends and stuff, and I love women to be lovers, right? And men are hard workers. They have good jobs. They're smart. Men, built the world we live in, and they maintain the world we live in. So it means they have a lot of resources. But men try to become attractive to women using resources. And that's not, you got to be the alpha bang. You got to know the dual mating strategy. You got to go read books. You got to learn game. You got to learn the game. And this, people have a lot of work to do, and they don't want to do it.
They know what? They know because that's how they dress. That's how they got you. With their ass hanging out. With their breasts hanging out. The see-through dresses, They know.
That's women's most powerful agency. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we like that. We like sexy women. But if you're a self-respecting man that stands on his square and is not going to be moved from his square, yeah, I like you being sexy, but this is who I am, this is what I'm about, right? And, he might lead with his wallet, He's got to find a way to attract her. What's he going to do to attract her? Has he found the way to be the alpha bang? Or is he still leading with beta male providership? A lot of men do that. And women are going to go ahead and see you as a beta male, and they're going to see you as a utility, and they're going to take what they can get. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be a beta male provider. Be an alpha bang and figure out what you have to do to be that.
Attracting you. So they're trying to get as much as they can get right on top, because they know that once you stick your hand in that fruit jar, there's a good chance you will move on to the next girl. Yeah. I say it all the time, but
don't listen to stuff like this.
Nobody to disagree with this here. So I'm going to ask this question one more time. I say that any woman that comes out of the house to disrespect herself is a liar and a cheater. Every single woman that comes out of the house with her ass out, breasts out, her showing, printed up, she would lie and she would cheat. Every single woman.
No, I don't agree. Women looking fine and sexy in clothes, yeah, maybe sometimes it can be a little much, right? But we're attracted to sexy stuff, If it didn't work, they wouldn't do it. We love sexy women, But you can't be a beta male bitch and let her have all your stuff because she looks sexy. And then judge her like this guy. I mean, we got to get rid of that stuff.
Had a date planned today with a young man. Very interested in getting to know. He tells me meet him at 5 o'clock at a certain destination. That takes me about 45 minutes from where I live to get there. All right, cool. We already had this planned since our very first conversation like a week ago. All right, no problem. He sends me a text this morning letting me know he just got in from work at like 5:30 this morning. So, he sends me that text. I'm assuming that maybe he's, extremely tired or whatever. So I'm like, all right, he'll reach out to me when he wakes up. Because you got a date planned at 5 o'clock. Have your alarm set like if you're getting up for work. About 3 o'clock, I sent him a text like, hey, I haven't heard from you all day. I just need to know if he's still on. I proceed to start getting myself together because it takes your girl here a little minute to get it together. It's like 4:15. I still don't hear from him. So I sent another text like, okay.
See how she's working? This is Alpha Chad, Alpha Tyrone, Alpha Enrique, Alpha Muhammad. She's attracted to that, she's working. When 90% of women flake on dates, she ain't flaking. He's flaking because he's got options. When you have options, you flake, right? She's punching above her weight, that's it, more than likely.
Haven't heard from you? I'm gonna just say that the date is off.
Yep.
Call me when you can.
Yeah.
And I felt no way about it, right? Because somebody getting.
Oh, you felt the way about it for sure. We all do. It sucks, but it's what it is.
Work at 5:30 in the morning. You might need to sleep all day, especially if you got to go back to work tomorrow. About 4:35, I get a text from him saying, hey, I'm on my way.
Mm-hmm.
I just woke up a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
See you soon.
Cool.
I'm looking at that text like, you're dumb. Because I sent you a text.
Mm-hmm.
And who don't communicate before you get dressed, get in the shower, get dressed, leave your house, and then get on the train, and then you decide to communicate?
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes before you're supposed to meet for your date? That's fishy right there to me, but maybe I'm just a skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent a text back, I'm not even dressed.
Okay.
Call me when you get a signal, since he's on the train, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But I said, all right, I'm excited to meet him, so I'm going to go ahead and get my...
He's hot, see? She's acting all tough like, dude, who did? Yeah, she want to meet him. How hot you are matters. Alpha Chad, Alpha Tyrone, Alpha Enrique, Alpha Muhammad, which one is it? But yeah, when you hot, yeah, look what she's doing. She's waiting.
Dress. Right? So cool. I did that. I figured from wherever he lives at in the Bronx, it ain't gonna take no more than an hour to get to where we were supposed to meet. He texted me at like 4:35, he's on the train. I figured by 5:15, 5:20, he should be at the destination. He calls me 15 minutes ago, right? Like, hey, what happened with the miscommunication? You asking me? Because I communicated. He's like, oh, well, how long will it take you to get dressed and meet me downtown? And meet me. I said, well, I'm dressed. I was waiting for you to call me and let me know what was what. So I'm like, well, where are you at? He's like, oh, I'm back by my house. Huh? So if you just traveled from your house to said destination, and I said, call me when you get a signal, what the hell would make you turn around and go back home and then call me? I call a foul. Your ass never went. Never went. Well, why didn't you just go? I said, not me. You never had, okay, cat standing outside looking stupid, you gonna stand up. The fuck? Not me. So y'all tell me if I got it wrong. Because he was really agitated.
No, he never went. He's hot. And, you can tell because most women, if you're not hot or whatever, they got options. They're not even putting up with none of this. Guys, you've seen a woman not want to drive 5 minutes, or the fact that you're 10 minutes late or she ain't answering the phone no more. She's ghosting. Dude, but look how much this lady's going through and still answering the phone.
Lord, that I just still continue with the plans and not hearing from him all day.
Because on the surface,
She liked him.
people
Depends
assume
how hot
that
you are.
dating gets easier with age. You know who you are. You know what you.
The more they cooperate, the more they like you.
You're more confident, more established. But in reality, what I'm seeing is something completely different. A lot of people are not just dating.
We'll do one or two more and we'll be done.
Burnout, and a whole lot of mixed signals.
So, date an update with me whilst I get ready. I've got to be careful what I say on here because my kid
Who it? Come on, guys. Come on. Anyway.
watch my videos. Well, I think they watch about 10 seconds of it and then turn off. So I've got to be careful. Most of them know I'm crazy anyway. So I'll give you a date and update while you get ready with me. Or just have a shower. It's been raining all night. The storm actually woke me up. Anyway, as I told you earlier on my trip to Sri Lanka, I went on flicked on Tinder. Flicked a little bit, and there was this guy that
She went to Sri Lanka, got on Tinder, women travel, and bang. Okay.
and he super liked me once I liked him, but I'd already moved on
He super liked her.
my next destination down south. This was like the glowing cream I got from the shop. It's really good, actually, makes your face that little bit glowy. We all need a little bit
Oh,
of
yeah.
Anyway,
Looking
I'm actually
great.
well, I was far away, like 2-3 hours
Think I'll get some of that skin cream. Looks good.
drive away. So we chatted and stuff whilst I was travelling, and then he said to me, when you're back in Negombo, give us a bell. So I messaged him and said, oh, I'm on my way back here to Negombo, but am I staying in Colombia? Yeah, I didn't know, but obviously I'm here in Negombo again. So he goes, oh, I'll pick you up from the station.
This is she's traveling for. Oh my God, I like that. This is interesting. She's in different countries picking up dudes.
The bus station and bring you to your hotel. I said, no, I'm tired. I look like a mess, and I'm tired. I'll meet you tomorrow. So he messaged me first thing in the morning, said, hi, how are you? Have you rested? Blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah. I was awake early because I was asleep early. Just had my breakfast. He goes, how about pick you up? Let's and we'll go for some lunch on the beach. So I thought, do you know what? Let's go. So this is why I'm getting ready. And I haven't even worn makeup since I've been here. That's how interested I've been in going out drinking. So yeah, he's come to pick me up in a bit. And he's told me a bit about himself. And also yesterday when I was in Colombo, waiting for him to pick me up, which was taking ages. And that city was crazy. So whilst I was sitting there was this other guy. He was asking me where I was going, blah, 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 blah. He was seated and muted. And I said, oh, I'm going to Negombo. And then he goes, oh, I'm going to Negombo. Why don't we share a ride like this? And I'm like, oh, why not? Why not? Anyway, we had loads to talk about. He went he was marketing manager for a big travel agency in Colombo, and he built websites as well. So we were chatting, really chatting, like getting on, and that in the Uber driver ride. And then I dropped him off in the Negombo. It was pouring down with rain because he had to go and do some work. And then he messaged me, he goes, oh, I'll come tomorrow, we'll go out for some traditional Sri Lankan food, blah, blah, blah. But I just can't find myself to do it, or go on these dates. I can't be asked. But today I thought, you know what? I was quite happy to stay in that bed, me head in my hood, stay in that bed for 2 days before I fly back to Egypt. I was quite happy to do that because I'm knackered. But then I thought, you know what? I need to start making an effort. Not that I know nothing's ever going to happen with this guy because I'm not really into hookups and going home 2 days, so nothing's going to happen. But I thought, if he's going to take me for lunch on the beach, why not?
Come on. Public face. Not into hookups. Come on. Stop it. You're in Sri Lanka chatting with dudes on Tinder. Come on. Come on. You know why you're there. There's another country in Africa, I think it's Gambia, that women like this from the UK go there and they get with young African men, and it's like passport bros. But you don't think women like to have sex with men? Look into that stuff. You know, they love sex, they love men, and but I understand why they want to keep their private life private. No problem with that. I love women, and I believe that they should. I don't judge them for it. But let's not believe the fact that women do love sex, they do love men, and don't pedestalize sex with them.
I'm getting ready. We're going to go for lunch, and I'll bring you the
We don't do
part two
lunches.
later. So that's me ready. Gone for the curly look today. Put some lipstick on, and he's on sidewalk.
You don't think these guys know what tourists do? You don't think these guys, see this all the time? This is dangerous to a certain degree too. You don't think they see it? These Sri Lankan dudes see, women from the UK coming over there. You don't think they see this? Passport sisters.
I mean, that never some days. Well, my dog, you don't know that they easily get out of the and so we go out, have lunch on the beach. I know people that to next time.
One person said that I've never left a man in worse shape than when I left. The man's always in a better place when I leave. And I'm
Facts.
like thinking, yeah.
Facts.
And all the serious relationships I've been in, I've improved that guy.
Ha! Yeah. Okay.
First ex-husband, I helped him get his stuff straightened away before we got divorced. My second ex-husband, I got him on disability, I got his got taxes paid off, got child support, all sorts of shit paid off for him. But I never did anything for him. I bought him a new truck, and stupid me, I shouldn't have done that much. I shouldn't, but trying to make things work. And this is like, and the last guy I dated, he did buy me things, but there was no emotions there. It was all kind of
Beta male Bob. Yep, buying her things. See? The guys, she did things for guys that she liked. When one guy did something for her, she don't like that. Beta male Bobs, they don't like beta male Bobs.
to do something, so she'll stay. But I did things around his apartment, his house. I mean, I cleaned up yard debris, picked up sticks. I was fixing things for him. I was doing things for him. Acts of service, things that, I hate cherries. No, I do not like cherries at all. But I went and bought cherries and made filling and froze cherries for him because they're his favorite fruit. Do you have my bitch drop? They want the sweet cherries. These are tart cherries, they aren't sweet cherries. I was like, and where's our sugar bitch? I don't know. You just said you like cherries and I mentioned seeing some. You're like, oh, that would be good. And so I went down them. You know how much money I spent on cherries? I spent how much time I spent pitting all those fucking cherries? And then, so I'm thinking, what did I get in return? I got a few nice things, but then I had to deal with my broken heart, my trust being shattered. I was shrinking myself to fit to the box of what his perfect woman is, meeting his ideals, and what did he do for me? Did he change? No, he's too old to change. He can't change, but I can change.
Don't talk negative about people. See how to me, she looks bad doing this. Sounds bad, sounds bitter. Don't be doing this. Champions don't complain. You can't, we're only getting her side of the story. My mind screams out, well, I want to know what his side is. I can't. But she definitely seems bitter and angry. Not being negative never sounds good, gentlemen.
I could wear more makeup. I could look more feminine. I could do this. I could do that. And I'm just like,
yeah.
This is me.
Yeah, but women will change for the guys they like. They'll change for them. And obviously being in the gym, getting in shape, something she could do too. Trust me. I'm not trying to be rude, but obesity's apparent.
Not changing. The other thing a person said was, some guys talk awfully loud when you own your own crib. And I was like, I think my last serious relationship forgot that I had my own home. I didn't need him for a home. I didn't need him for anything. I chose to be there because I wanted to be there.
Sounds good.
And I went out on this one guy, which was total mistake on my part. And I regret my house is nicer than yours. You're renting a house. No, if you're renting, that's fine. No problem with that. But just the TV's on the floor, the bed's horrible. Oh.
When it's Alpha Chad, Alpha Tyrone, Alpha Enrique, Alpha Mohammed, trust me, been there. They don't care. See, she's giving herself away. I thought she had to have 6 figures, 6 foot, 6 inch.
I mean, it was just like a stub up from the bed on the floor type situation. I'm just like, I am
Yeah.
not going back to living in like my dorms.
You will if you can. If he lays it.
No.
You will if he lays it down good.
Not doing that. But this house isn't as nice as mine or nicer than mine. No. Oh yeah, he has a new car, but it's a base model.
None of that matters if she's really into you.
Mine's older, it's paid off. I mean, I'm driving my mom's car right now because my son needed it. And he's been using it for work, and I've been driving my mom's car. That's
Yeah, right. You know, you're driving your mom's car because you don't have one.
sunroof. I like a sunroof. But I'm just here going, well, why am I selling for guys that have less than I do? Why am I looking to build up a man?
Because you like Alpha Chad, Alpha Tyrone, Alpha Enrique, Alpha Mohammed. You don't care about money.
I don't want to be a Build-A-Bear. I don't want him to think he can build a bitch. I'm not going to change myself just to fit in what he wants and he needs.
Well, yeah, they will if they like you enough. Absolutely will. Absolutely. But they gotta like you enough, you know?
It should be compromise, yes. Is there something?
No, it won't be. If you like the guy enough, you'll chase him. You can do whatever he wants. Women will submit and follow the leader that they want to follow. If you're that man, if you're worthy of being that man. They don't treat every man the same. This is her public face. She'll follow, she'll submit to the guy she wants to submit to. The guy that she wants.
Like, then let's change that. Let's talk about it. Not, I don't like wearing makeup. I'm allergic to 3/4 ingredients and shit. I found some lipstick I could do. I found some different options I could do. I could get it professionally done for a short time, but after about 3 or 4 hours, I look like it's not pretty high. No, not pretty.
The fact that, come on. The hair, you haven't done your hair. Makeup, guys like a little bit of makeup, not a lot. You're not, double chin, you're overweight. Men don't, this is sloppy. This is sloppy. And you're complaining about your dating, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not. But let's not, complain that we're not getting our dating results and look like we don't care about our looks. There's simple things you can do. Whatever outfit you're wearing. This doesn't, men that are attracted to women that look amazing. There's so many women out there that look amazing. They'll step over their tongues for them, But yeah, you gotta change. Men gotta change for women. Women don't like obese men. So, men know they gotta get in shape. Men that love women and love sexy women know that they can't be obese.
So short term, I can do makeup, but it's just not me. But
You'll do it for the guy you like. Find them.
for guys that just want somebody to say that, or just to be with a guy just because, that's not me. This is who I am. Hair in my face, wild hair. I guess
No.
I curl it. Guess I
No.
put different things, lips things. Maybe I'll do like the lash tints every once in a while because they're my guy and I just look nice. But other than that, this is me.
No.
And I'm tired of changing for a guy who won't even commit.
If you want low effort, they'll give you. If you're gonna do low effort in your appearance, you're gonna get the results you're gonna get. You can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality.
So, just my revolution of the day. Yeah, just my thoughts for the day, I guess.
We'll leave it there.
Okay,